No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
What is the problem? Was there a problem here? Ethan?
What?
Was there a problem?
Yes.
What happened?
Mommy took away my phone.
Huh?
Mommy took away my phone.
And why did she take away your phone?
Because she doesn't want me going on it in the morning.
Huh?
Because she doesn't want me going on it in the morning. Which is stupid because she doesn't explain why. She says, I don't want you going in the morning. I'm like, why? And she's like, I don't want you going in the morning.
Just because she doesn't want you to go. She doesn't give you an explanation that she needs to
I told you not to wake up, and that is all you do. That is the explanation.
No, I don't.
You don't wake up out of this bed, and the first thing you do is go on the phone.
No, I don't.
And I already told you
Come on.
for you not to do that. So now I'm taking that chair.
He's not doing any. He needs the chair because he studies on that.
Look what he's doing
Okay.
to the chair.
Get off the chair. I already had enough this morning.
Remember what I told you?
This chair, you need to sit down in it. Leave the chair there because he's been studying in this office.
Then give him the phone.
No, the phone is, you don't wake up and that's the first thing you do. You worry about other things in life. You worry about your room, you worry about your grooming, you worry about the things that you have. This is a nervous tick of going like this. Don't do nervous ticks.
Do you know how many times I told you?
Your dad will get upset. He's not
And you're
toppling
not-
over it. He's not doing, but he needs a chair to do his work.
I understand.
That's his corner of the life he needs to do.
That's the reason why I'm taking the chair out,
No,
because it will break and
and it will not break because
will
it's
break
not been broken.
Do you know how many times I saw Ethan doing that?
2 to 3 times, I'm sure.
No, more than that.
Okay.
More than I cannot.
But that
count.
is a-
maybe
he's-
7, 8, 9
Okay,
times.
but it's because it's a nervous tick. That is not what's important here. Having a chair to sit and study is what's important. You have to look at the bigger picture.
You can't take the phone out because he needs entertainment. He's
No.
a teenager. He's a
He
boy.
doesn't need
He needs to
entertainment.
have
He
the
needs
phone.
to follow the rule of you wake up in the morning, you don't go to it. When he starts realizing that that's a rule, you don't go and do that.
Well, remember what I told you. Do not leave these distractions, these temptations in his room. Remember we talked about that his phone should be downstairs. I offered
He
the
should
solution.
have enough discernment and enough brains to understand the rules. And he should be applying those rules. Right now it's a training of saying, hey, you don't want to do it, I'm going to take it away. You want to listen, you get it back. You don't want to listen, you don't get it.
You're gonna
That is just what's going to happen. And until he gets that in his head.
spend a lot of time doing
Well, that's the way they got to learn because he wants to learn the hard way and not the easy way. Some children will learn the simple way and obey.
So you don't want to solve the problem by saying,
I am solving the problem. He just needs to
You're not going
realize
to
that
solve
he
the
is the problem.
if you want to come back and check and get upset and go through these
With
bouts of
Ethan,
anger.
With Ethan,
You're
it
gonna
has
go
to.
and you.
With Ethan, he
saw
has
this-
a different
I saw-
psychological path, and that path is to always go against the grain. And his psychological path, he needs to understand.
Then you
that
need to
there
protect
is-
your peace.
Well, my piece is when he starts listening and obeying to it.
It might not happen.
Well,
so
then he's
he's
gonna understand that he can't have those privileges. He can't have those privileges.
But remember what I told you before you gave him the phone. Remember what I told you. Don't give him something that you're gonna get upset at him, and then you're gonna take it back, and then you're gonna give him back, and then you're gonna take. Listen what I'm saying. And then you're gonna waste your time, you're gonna get worn out, and then you're gonna do what you did the other day. You grab the history book and you hit him across the head. Didn't you do that, Ethan? If your mom was by your side,
anything.
didn't you do that, Ethan?
The workbook.
Now,
Yeah.
accidentally, you ripped a page out of the history book, and then your mom didn't do any better by grabbing the book and hitting you across the head. Did it solve the problem with your history? No. Is the phone being outside this room, okay, and your mom giving it back and take it off, giving it back and take it off, will it solve the problem?
Are you going to listen and obey, or are you going to go and follow your drum beats? This is where the problem is happening.
Go follow the drum beats over there in the room.
He doesn't want to obey the rules. He just wants the items, but doesn't want the work.
But will it solve the problem?
Have the item if he doesn't want to
Will
put
it solve the problem of your mom coming in, taking the phone out and giving it back, taking the phone out and giving it back and forth? Will it solve the problem? The question that I'm making is, will it solve the problem? Or it was just going to aggravate his rebellion, his stubbornness?
Well,
because
he needs to understand not to rebel.
Okay.
He wants the item, he cannot rebel.
It's not going to solve the problem.
Because his rebellion is being paid by somebody else. It's not being paid by him. So he needs to understand, he needs to obey the rule. Hey, my parents says not to wake up and just do that. That is just the way it goes.
How do you solve the problem?
He needs to have self-control. Ethan is not administering self-control.
I understand that.
And I am trying to teach him to have self-control every morning.
What I'm trying
Even
to do,
I have to have self-control when I wake up in the morning. I don't go directly to the phone. I go and wake up. I go and say thank you to
but
Jehovah.
you have a different person. You have a not personality.
But I had to teach myself not to do that.
You have different life. You have other things that you look at the phone that every morning.
No, but Ethan is making the phone his life. He's letting life pass him by because now that he has the phone.
That's what I told you before you got the phone.
But what he needs to do is start to understand that the parent is telling him the rule. You obey the rule.
I want to finish this conversation.
It's not just, I'm going to take it away and now it's permanent. You need to start adjusting. And that's where Ethan is having a difficult problem.
I'm not saying permanent. I never said permanent. The thing is, you need to give him the lesson. That's what teachers do in school.
I'm giving him the lesson.
They give him the lesson, and then they give him the
phone
test.
If you don't want to do what I tell you.
Okay?
You don't want to have that privilege, you cannot have the phone.
Ethan never learned the lesson, but you gave him the test and he's failing. That is in part because of you, because you're the one that wanted to give him the phone.
It's because of his hard-headed personality of not wanting to adjust to the parent, and he wants to make the rules. Well, when he's an adult, he's paying his bills, and he's working, he will then tell himself what to do. Right now, you're under your parents' guardianship. You do what your parents tell you to do. And if the parent is saying, don't wake up and go on the phone and see videos or whatever. If you're going to do good with it, do good with it. But if all you're going to do is play a game or a video, then you're not doing good with it. You know today's Sunday. Today's a meeting day. What am I doing for Jehovah? What am I doing with my life? I'm just letting you know. No,
yes.
You don't just leave you alone, because this is what's happening. Is you being left alone to do nothingness. Life is just being a kaleidoscope and passing you by of nothingness.
There's nothing to do.
Make friends. Change. Instead, you just stay in your boat and don't change. Start to listen to people that have more experience than you and change. For goodness sakes, kid. Change. If it was me, okay, I couldn't have a phone. I'm almost 14. I finally get one. What is the first thing Ethan wants to do? oh, I'm just going to have fun, do whatever I want, when I want, and how I want. Instead of saying, hey, I am responsible. I got something of worth and value. I am going to do what is required. I'm going to help my parents. I'm going to obey my parents. I'm starting to get things that I wanted. So now let me start doing things to show that I am a responsible person. No, I'm just going to sit there. No. Don't want to do the work, don't want to do math, don't want to do nothing. It's like pulling your teeth. Start to think of the situations that you're in and how you are implementing them in your life. Stop worrying about everybody else's life that they video and their stupidity and worry about yours.
You don't even know what videos I watch.
Oh, but still, you're still letting other people's life rule your life.
It's not even about their life.
But why do you consume yourself with it instead of living it?
What do you mean?
Live life. Live life. Have friends. Have people. Your friend is far away. I get it. But he still goes and has friendships out there. He's still building relationships out there. He still listens to his parents. He obeys his parents. He goes in service, does what he can, and builds friendships with other people. You are just the opposite. Closed off in here. Yes, you've been through rough patches in your life and you've gone through hardships. I understand all that. But now I'm trying to help you get out of that boat. But you're going to have to help yourself get out of the boat. You're going to have to help get out of the boat as well. I cannot keep getting the string and pulling you out. You're going to have to implement and do something with your life as well. You know, that's where the problem lies right now, is that you are handicapping yourself not to move forward in your life.
You having that phone in his room is going to give a temptation for him to go back again, and you're going to do exactly what you did right now.
He should be able to handle it. You know, even Elias handles it. I know he's had a phone for 2 years,
but
longer
you
than
don't
him.
know what kind of struggles they go through.
No, Darren, he told them, you either be responsible or you don't be responsible. You're going to pay the consequences in your life. And Elias gets it. Ethan on the other hand,
because his mom doesn't yell at him for it. He does whatever he wants.
Does he do what his parents want?
Yeah, because his parents don't care that much.
Does he do what his parents want?
Sure.
And why is that? Why? You start to think about, you compare yourself to Elias and his parents don't care. Start to think about what is he doing.
They don't! He can do whatever he wants!
Right, but he does the schoolwork.
I do it too. I just hate history because it's dumb.
Okay, but you know what? He doesn't do half of the crap you do.
So? He has had everything he's ever wanted.
Okay, what is it that you ever wanted? What is left that you want? A video game, right?
Everything that the world has, everything that Elias has, you want to have his life.
What is it that's left that you want to have?
And more and more.
What is left that you want to have is a video game, right? To play with your friends like
you want to have it in. It's going to be
Is it a video game? Can I finish? Is it a video game
that you don't let me finish?
Is it a video game that you wanted to finish? Complete that out. Is that what it is? And what did I tell you in November? If everything was going well, what was going to happen?
Let me interrupt you.
That I would get a video game, invite friends over, have a little pizza party.
After all this problem that you have with one phone, after the way he's treating you and screaming at you and rebelling against you,
I told him if he straightened his path,
you are going to, after all this, you're going to give him a game. And then it's going to create the same thing. He's going to want more, and when he's not getting more, it's going to create another argument that you're going to lose your peace over.
Well, the game is not going to be in his room. It has to be in the TV area.
And how come the phone? How come you don't take the phone?
Because a phone is a personal item.
Well, but he's not using for personal item purposes. He's not using it as a personal item, Raquel.
Well, that's why he has to learn to be able to take care of that.
How he's going to learn? If you live with him in his room and guide him every step of the way, he will learn. As soon as you leave this room, he's going to do whatever he wants.
Well, that's where he needs to start adjusting.
He's not going to learn.
And that's where I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
He needs to adjust. It's not just, okay, it's gonna be out of the room and then, that item is away and then that's how you learn. No, you need to have that item there and you need to know how to adjust with it. You need to have discernment.
If Ethan was the kind of person that appreciates that, you would have told him once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and you would have said, okay, I realize I made a mistake. I don't want to go back to that end because I know I don't want to see you upset. I don't want you to get upset. Ethan doesn't care how you feel. Ethan only cares about how he feels.
And guess how he got to that desensitized mode?
Okay? Don't blame it on me.
How do you think he got
blame
there?
it on me because
How
what
do
you're
you
doing
think
right
he
now,
got there?
what you're doing right now, if I would have done what I was doing, which you are doing right now, you would have jumped in and made the things worse.
No,
because what you're doing is what I was doing, and I was blamed.
No,
yes,
you did even worse than that.
No, that's your opinion.
Okay,
that's your opinion.
Let me ask this question, Ethan. Why do you not care about anything that anybody does, especially what your parents say and do? Why?
See, you're saying I don't know.
It's dumb.
And why is it dumb?
Because I could do better.
Okay. So, and when did this start happening? When you felt that you could do better and you adjusted and that you know better than your own parents? When did you start that feeling?
I don't remember.
So does it happen when your dad's disciplining, or does it happen when we're both disciplining, or what? When did that psychologically start to happen?
Is it something that you're going to blame me for the rest of your life? Hold on. Is this something that you're going to blame me for the rest of my life? Even though teenagers go exactly through the same problems that he is going right now, it doesn't matter if the parents are lenient or not. They are going through the same problem. It's statistically speaking. There are some children that do and others that don't, but expect it to happen. So you blame me for things. Listen. I have to interrupt you, and now I'm going to raise my voice because you have interrupted me, and I waited for you to speak, and you interrupted me. Now you're going to have to stop and listen. This is my time and I'm not going to speak a lot. Okay? What I'm trying to find out is, are you going to blame for the rest of my life of how Ethan is behaving right now, when you have to admit that children, they go through that regardless of their parents' background, regardless of their teaching method, regardless of their discipline? Because believe me, there are a lot of bad people, they turn good, and there are a lot of good people that turn bad, and they turn good again. Humans are able to change. Humans are able to change. The influences from the world, from themselves, from, spiritual, the negative spiritual activities, everything plays a part. It's not strictly on parents. It's everything. It's a combination of everything. And guess what? They can change from bad to good and good to bad and back and forth and back and forth. The problem lies in the state of mind the person is. Do I want to do that? Do I respect my parents? Do I appreciate what I have? Or I'm going to do my own way. I'm going to wish for more. I'm going to demand more. I'm going to want more and more. And then maybe He based his lifestyle based on Elias' lifestyle. I want to have Elias' lifestyle. I wouldn't mind living with him. I wouldn't mind if isn't that what you said, Ethan? You told me that. I wouldn't mind living with them. And I don't even know if you even mentioned, hey, I wouldn't mind if they adopt me. Because I don't know if you mentioned that, but something. I got into the feeling that that's what you want. Okay? So you base your lifestyle, you want that lifestyle to be yours. You want Elias' lifestyle to be yours. Okay? And then if you know somebody else that has more than Elias, you're going to wish that too. You're going to demand that too. So it will never end. You will always going to find out somebody that has more than you. What you're not seeing is there are people out there, because we haven't seen a lot of them, but there are people out there that have less than you. You haven't been surrounded by a lot of people that have less than you, because we're in an environment, okay, we're in a position that have some things, okay, but there always have people that have more than Elias. They always have people that have more than you. So what I want to tell you is that you're doing exactly, Raquel, where are you?
I'm downstairs. I'm trying to get breakfast.
Okay. I'm going downstairs. I wanted to tell you that you were doing exactly, okay, because Ethan is already breaking you up. You're already losing your peace.
Psychologically, he has a lot of anger, and that anger.
Everybody does.
But it's anger that you started with it.
No, that is the anger that started in school. So you're blaming me.
Get your booty down here now.
Okay. If I would have done,
school.
Okay, it started in school. The depression, the negativities, it started in school. And I was telling Ethan, you need to do certain things, you need to communicate, and no, and then you start the whole argument. And what is the parent is bound to do? Is going to change the circumstances. What you're doing right now is not help. Is going to help their situation. It's not gonna. What are you making? What are you making?
I'm making rolls.
Oh, I might eat that too. How many did you buy?
One.
Why? We always buy two. You should always buy two. Anyways, so I cannot change your mind, but you blaming on me that Ethan has anger. He has psychological problems.
More of it, and he told me that. He told me there's a lot.
He's not telling me this. There must be a reason why. I talked to him. Ethan does not want to talk.
He doesn't have that relationship to talk to you.
That's your opinion.
Ethan!
That's your opinion. But anyway.
How is it my opinion when the kid is proving it? Every day of his life. He's not
proving to me. Maybe he has a
every day of his life, his dad does not spend time with him to go and talk to him.
Raquel, I go and I talk to him. Ethan, let's go this way. Ethan, let's do this. Ethan, let's do that. You need to consider my situation. I don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time. Whatever time you have, you spend with Ethan, you spend with Ethan. Whatever time I have that I spend to Ethan, I spend with Ethan. But I do not criticize you and say, oh, you should spend more time with Ethan. Whatever you can give to Ethan, he's going to need to appreciate. But he doesn't appreciate. He doesn't appreciate the tablet. He doesn't appreciate the phone. He doesn't appreciate his the desk.
Ethan, I asked you to get down here now.
The chair that we gave him, he does that kind of stuff when I told him not to do. So it's
typical kids. We all did
it's
like
typical
that.
Kids.
We all do
what you
like
What you want to do is to solve your problem and maintain your peace. If you are going to give
it doesn't work like that. Just solve the problem and it's going to maintain the peace. It doesn't work like that with teenagers.
Okay.
It's
Then
gonna be.
guess what?
It's gonna be rough riding when it comes to having a teenager.
You're gonna lose your cool. You're gonna lose your patience, and you're gonna get that, whatever, and you're gonna hit them across the head,
I'm
like
not
you
doing
did
that.
with the
Again,
history book.
I just want to get my point across.
Every
Hey,
parent say,
this
I'm not
is
gonna
not-
do this again.
I'm not. I
You
told
already.
myself I won't do that again. I will not grab a book and do that again.
Okay, well, but you're gonna get angry like you are right now because it's
No,
already
what
a
I
habit
get
now.
angry with is that
That's
he
the reason why.
blatantly does not do what a person asks, and it needs to stop.
Well,
It
you're
needs
just
to
telling me
stop.
that is a teenager
Well,
thing.
there's going to be some things,
So what are you
but
gonna
not
do?
all things. Even
So you're the one that determines
All
what belongs to teenagers and what belongs to his anger, his psychological problem that I caused, right? So it's you are the one that decides. Oh, this it came from you, and this comes from
A lot
being
of
a
it
teenager.
is.
I don't think you are the authority. I don't think you have enough authority to say, you know what,
Oh, really?
this is because of Ethan.
You want to check? Pepper, go pee pee.
I don't think you have the authority to say, oh, I'm going to blame
Get down
this on
here.
Marcos and I'm going to blame this on Ethan.
Because
Okay.
you're the one that's the cause
Are
of
you
these
ready
things.
to take accountability to blame some of the mistakes that you have done?
Yeah,
to yourself?
I am taking accountability, and now
Okay,
I'm changed
guess
for it.
what? He's already psychologically messed up because you're not supposed to grab a book and hit him across the head.
Well,
Okay.
he got it.
And guess what? He screams at you. He screams at you in defiance.
Right.
And he disrespects you.
Right.
He doesn't do that to me.
Of course not.
He doesn't do that to me.
You are the one that blah 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 blah, and now he is afraid of that, right? And I'm the one that calms it down.
Because he knows, and I look him in the eyes and say, I don't expect that to happen.
Well,
He already knows.
Then
I
now
don't
he's going to
scream.
realize that he's going to have
I don't
nothing.
scream, and I don't do those things until there is a point for him to hear the screaming. And that's what's happening to you. But guess what? I already solved the problem. In my case, in my side, I already solved the problem. I already learned the lessons that I needed to learn as a parent, and Ethan already learned the lessons that he needed to learn as a child and the relationship that I have with you. You are starting from square one.
Oh no, I'm not
Square-
starting from square one.
So,
Ethan's going to start from square one, which is going to have nothing. Evan
well,
is
you
gonna work
just
from there.
finished telling me that you shouldn't take everything from him, and now you're gonna have nothing.
Unfortunately,
You're not paying
that's
attention to what
the
you're
only-
saying.
That is
When
that's
I
the
say,
case.
oh, I'm gonna take everything from Ethan because it's a distraction.
No,
because
everything right now is the phone. That's his everything. That's what's going to be taken away. I don't go and take away his everything in his room, his tablet, his TV privilege, everything. I don't do that. I take one thing, and the one thing that he is affected by, and that's
He's
his
gonna
phone.
be, according to your criteria, guess what? Not having a phone is gonna mess him psychologically because depending how long you're gonna keep that phone away from him, he's not gonna be able to
It's going to
communicate with
depend on his
Aaliyah
attitude
because
and if he wants
he's
to
not-
obey the rules.
he's not-
Everything comes with the rule.
and
You
that's-
don't want to listen to the rules and you want to do your own rule, you can't. He's a minor.
well, it's not. Basically, what you're doing, you punishing him. Remember what I told you. Do not give the phone until he develops into the person that you want him to
Much
become.
that could be until he's 18 years old. He's not going to develop the person he's going to be, and sometimes it can be until
For
you're
him
40,
to
till you're
accept,
50.
Raquel,
Like
listen,
you
you're just
develop.
jumping into conclusions. You're just
like
jumping to
You
conclusions.
jump to many conclusions.
Raquel, I said,
That
do
Ethan
not
is this
give
and
the
Ethan is
phone
that.
until he develops into the person that you want him to become for him to hold the responsibility.
Well, that's what
of
I'm
having the
doing.
phone.
That's what I'm doing. Is you let him have the phone, and then he has to have the responsibility.
No,
he
he's having
doesn't
the
want to
phone, he's
listen and
losing
do
the phone.
what you're telling
He's
him to
gonna
do.
have the phone and he's gonna lose the phone. He's
That's
gonna have the
right.
phone.
That's how it works.
That's not how it
You
works.
lose your license if you don't know how to drive, and you hit other people, and you
But
get
guess
into
what?
accidents.
But it stays in your record, and guess what? It gets longer. And
Okay, well, then he's gonna
the
have it in his
punishment
record.
gets more severe.
Well, that's his
what I'm
problem.
saying. And that's what I told you. It's not
But he
the
at least
parents'
is
fault
gonna learn.
to give the punishment. It is the kids. Remember when I was talking to him over here?
No, you psychologically.
You see, now it's
messed up.
psychologically. It's the way you feel.
Oh, you told him to go wake up.
Because
This
all
time,
this that
and
he is
this.
seeing right now is what if I, it's like I said,
Product of two parents that argue all the time.
basically, if I would have done what you would have done, you wouldn't like it. You are not able to see me doing what you're
No,
doing.
because you're severe.
This is severe. This is exactly
Taking
what I would
away
have
the
done.
phone is not severe.
This
You
is
took away
exactly.
the phone,
I never
skateboards,
took
the
him the
TV,
phone.
everything.
No,
When
I
you
was
do-
taking distractions. I was told to Ethan, this is for you to meditate, and this is for you to think of the consequences of your
Obviously,
actions.
none of it works.
Okay?
Obviously, none of it is working.
Because that's what I'm telling you, Raquel. It is,
Psychologically, the kid is already messed up.
and it's like I said, if I would have done what you have done right now, it would have been a problem. It would have been a problem because I did exactly what you're doing, and you're doing exactly what I was
No,
doing.
I am doing a little bit different than you are.
No, you were
Now,
doing
Ethan,
exactly. You're
sit
raising your
tushy-
voice, you're getting upset,
tushy
you're
down.
taking things out, you already hit the history book across his head. I never done that. I never done that. I could have said, did I do that, Ethan?
Okay,
Okay?
But
No,
you-
say it. Say it so your mom will hear it.
but your
Because
dad
she
has
doesn't
done a lot
believe me.
worse, hasn't he?
She doesn't
He
believe me.
threw away your blanket permanently. He threw away a hat you liked permanently. He threw away toys. All of your toys in your room went to the garbage, except select few that were collectibles and things that you bought.
All for a purpose.
All for
That
a
blanket-
purpose that never worked.
That blanket was already ripped.
It
The
doesn't matter.
toys he wasn't playing with, it was just
No, it
piling up.
wasn't true. Wasn't
And
true.
and I
An
told him,
8-year-old boy being
and I
taken
told
away
him-
all his toys in his room.
and I told him, Ethan, and I told you, and I told Ethan, you need to throw away those things because you need to get cooler toys. If you want to get
And you
cooler
never
toys, and I told him,
replaced them. You just took them out, never gave him anything.
what replace? What were you talking about? Replacing? You want me just to go to the toy store and replace them all at once? All the toys that I took it out?
Yes.
You never
See?
did. But you never did.
Well,
It was
it's
the
in a
last
process,
time.
Raquel.
You bought
It's in a
him something.
process. I'm not gonna go, I'll take one toy, I'm gonna give you another toy. I'm gonna take out 3 toys. I'm gonna go and spend another $100 and give you 3 toys. It's a slow process.
When was the last time you bought him something that he liked?
I don't have money. I don't have money. And it's like I said, I understand the toy system. You buy a toy, they play for a month, they get bored, they want more and more. It's a drug addicting system for children. What children need is activity and time with their parents. It's not money, it's not toys, it's not phone, it's not tablet, it's not games. They have a position, but then, guess what? It becomes an addiction. It becomes an addiction. It's like I said, if you're thinking about buying a game console for Ethan, this is going to happen again. This is going to
I
happen
told
again.
him he would only have that privilege as if he straightens out.
Okay.
Which it doesn't look like he's straightening out because it's not something he really
And what is
wants.
the game system is going to bring? It's going to bring, hey, I want the shoe, because right now he sees the shoes, he wants the shoes. The shoes are somewhat affordable. It's going to be the game gear. It's going to be spending on the game. Games are not like they used to be. Games used to be you buy the game, you buy the game, and you play the game. And there's another version of the game. You buy that game. Now, guess what? They buy you one game, and then they have add-ons.
DLC.
And for every add-on costs money. If they want to get the skins, if they want to get, the upgrades, if they want to, get the expansion packs. The gaming world changed, Raquel. People are making money on the stock market out of these companies. They're making apps and games.
I understand that.
It's in the stock market. That means it's a huge
I get it.
market.
But it doesn't mean you can't have a game.
You can have a game, but it's like I said, Ethan never showed restrictions when it came to the pad. He is not showing any restrictions when it comes to the phone. What is the track record? Do you, it is only safe to assume that he is not going to,
You already know
show
you can't play games.
responsibility. You already setting the rules, but guess what? He doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect your
Well, then he
rules.
can't get the game. Then he's gonna have to wait.
Well, there you go. You're gonna have to be Ethan. You're gonna have to be responsible with that phone for a certain amount of time. If the time is gonna be established by your mom.
You got a month to straighten up because I only want to buy it during the time where they go.
You're
on sale.
messing up your chances. You're messing up your chances big time. You're doing that to yourself.
But I want the PS5.
Is it out already?
No, it's coming out though.
When?
Everyone already knows what it looks like.
That's just
No, that's literally
that's
what it looks
just
like.
inflated news.
No, it's not. That's actually PlayStation.
But you never buy the PlayStation that's new because it's going to be overpriced. You gotta pay. You gotta play the older version, which is going to be the 4. If they're coming out with PlayStation 5, you need to get the 4.
Why?
Okay?
Because they're still gonna be working out the bugs.
Because they're going to drop the price on the 4.
They have
More.
They have so many years. They have like 2 years to work out all of the bugs.
Think about this.
Yeah,
But it's cooler. It has like
PlayStation
there's a hole in the
5.
middle.
When I got my first PlayStation was like, what, Raquel, 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
No, we were first married. You bought one.
20 years ago.
25 years ago.
Okay?
Your dad bought one. We were first married 6 months.
And
I got him one.
Now
And guess what?
it's an average of what? 1 per year. 1 per 5 years, I mean. 1 per 5 years.
Longer than that.
Okay? 1 per 5 years. So every 5 years they're going to come up with a new system. And this is a system. Once you have that kind of game, that kind of technology, you will not get away with this. Just like cell phones, tablets, games, Bluetooth. All that technology keeps you trapped. Okay? Some people use it for work, other people use it for entertainment. And that's all the kids care about in our days. Entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. They're like drug addicts.
Because parents do not have the
They're
time that they used to have
addicts.
to spend with kids.
But guess what?
And go to
The
places
parents,
and
they
go-
need to work more because of inflation, because of the conditions, and guess
parents
what?
let
They
them
need
have
to
it
feed
through
the
phones.
kids, and they need to feed the kids addiction. So
And
they
parents
need to
don't
work
spend time
more.
with the kids either.
That is not the key to a family happiness.
I know that.
It's not the key to
But
a
our
Christian
disagreements
family
and our arguments
happiness.
have already gone overflowed to him. Our marriage, the way we are and how we've done things, has affected him. Psychologically, it has. And this whole talk of you said the separation and all that, even
I
made it
didn't
worse.
say the separation.
You
You
said it
did.
in front of his face.
You did.
You were there at my mother's house and you said it in front of the face.
Okay?
So now
The problem is,
now
your
it's
problem-
full force.
Okay.
Now it's being enforced.
Oh.
Right? You said it in front of him. Now what do you think happens?
The whole problem started, Raquel. The whole problem started of you butting in when I was giving the discipline to him in the same fashion that you're doing right now. You're not going to admit it. You're not going to admit it.
It's not even that.
And I already know, because you are very notorious of not admitting your mistakes. And I'm saying, you know what? I have
admitted my
no,
mistakes.
because you are doing exactly. Ethan, stand up.
Was mine.
Isn't your mom? Listen, okay? I want you to speak with your words and say, okay? And say that what your mom is doing isn't what I was doing to you. But I did it my way because I have a hormone. Okay?
Now
your
you're
mom's
gonna put it on the hormone. The hormone is the key here right now.
So you're gonna make fun of how men handle certain situations and how man behaves. And I can say, you know what? You're too soft and you're too lenient and you cry a lot. No.
That is in the Bible. It's true.
Okay.
Women are like that.
And there is in the Bible. Then
The Bible says that men that do not speak.
Anyways,
they don't
isn't
take
what
care
your
of their
mom
house.
is doing what I was doing to you?
You can say the truth, Ethan. It's
Say
fine.
it. Say it so your mom will hear it. Say it.
Am I doing what your dad did?
Why do you go like this?
Am I doing what your dad did?
You're gonna have
You
to say
just you're making him having to choose, and that's something
the
you
choose.
should
No,
never do.
you're gonna have to choose. You're gonna have to choose. And so you accept what your mom is doing right now. It's acceptable. Ethan, I'm talking to you. You're gonna have to tell your mom. I want to hear, huh?
What do you want me to say?
I want you to make a comparison to what I said, what I talked, how I talked to you, how I started talking to you. Because I don't start talking to you angry and blowing up on things that just started. What your mom is not seeing is that I come and I address the problem, and then you don't do it because of your personality, your character, and I kept saying, and you kept doing. And doing and doing and doing. You get to a point that says, hey, you didn't hear nice, you're going to hear angry.
Yeah, but you're harsh.
And I told you, Ethan, next time when I see this and this happen, this is what you're going to happen. And then it happened again. And I came and I told you. And I said, didn't I tell you not to do this? And blah, blah, blah. And gave the whole explanation. Guess what? There is a consequence now. And I'm going to do this and this and this and that. Well, you didn't like
So
it.
you going outside and while he's pulling the weeds, while you got upset doing all that, and you going outside and telling him, you know what, you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. And then you go, and now you're going to understand what it's like not to have nothing. When you go and tell that on top of everything you did, and you go outside and you go and rub it in, I don't do that to Ethan. I don't go and rub in the situation.
Well, he needs to understand because I don't think he understood.
That is wrong what
And
you
I
did.
had to tell him, it's not rubbing in. And I said,
Oh,
Ethan,
come
what you
on. That's a bunch of baloney.
No, it's not rubbing in. I said, Ethan, I don't think you understand when I told you that you need to do certain things, and he wasn't doing certain things because he doesn't take instructions. He doesn't follow instructions.
What you gotta
He
understand
did not follow
is
instructions
he
when he
did
was learning
everything.
on the history. He did not understand the instructions that I gave, the map, and I said, Ethan, you do it that way, and then after you do it well, you can do your own method. And I told him, everybody learns from the person who is teaching that person how to do certain things. It learns from the person who is teaching that person, right? So say that I need you to go to the foundation. This is the basic. After you learn the basic and you do it well, and I have a feedback, and you come and talk to me, you need to give me your feedback. I said, well, I found this way, let me try this way, I found this way better. Because he's able to do it. He's surprised me. Okay? He's surprised. He has the ability to do better than I do. Everybody does. Okay? But you need to follow okay, you need to follow the first instructions. He was not following. And I said, well, I'm going to have to do it this way. I'm going to have to do it this way. And I repeated, and I repeated, and I repeated. And it got to the point that I said, well, you know, I'm going to have to do what I need to do in order for you to understand that. You know? And I keep explaining that, but you do not see it. You do not talk to me. You do not understand. Ethan doesn't tell you. Okay? So, that is a problem. So you're not going to tell your mom. You're not going to tell your mom that what she was doing to you wasn't what I was doing to you. And then what you're doing to yourself.
Well, you can say the truth. Do I do what your dad does?
Ethan,
you gotta be honest.
your mom needs to hear it.
Am I doing what your dad does?
Getting upset, getting angry, and taking things from you.
Little bit.
See, it's a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't go
It's
to
a
your
little bit.
extent.
I have a different one. I come up to you and I say and I say and I say and I say and I talk and I talk and I threaten, and it got to the point that I have to do what I have to do.
And then you take away everything under the sun.
No, I don't take everything
Yes.
under the sun. No, I didn't. Because if I took everything under the sun, he wouldn't have nothing right now. I took the things that it was no value to him in a large quantity, because Ethan had
That's
a lot
not
of
how
stuff.
you do it either.
Okay,
Sorry.
Ethan had a lot of stuff.
No,
Okay,
he did not. He was 8 years old. Come on. You don't
8
take
years
away
old.
everything. The things that you have done has been for a child. Come on.
but, you know, but he never lacked anything that he wanted. The problem
No,
is,
because I'm the
you
one
give
that's
them to
constantly
him.
fighting to get it to him.
You
That's
give
the
it to
problem.
him. You're fighting who, Raquel?
You.
Fighting. I told you already. I gave my opinion. I cannot hold you back. If you want to give him a game, go ahead and give him a game.
Yeah.
If you want to give him a car or a scooter or spend $5,000 to give him a golf cart, because he says about, hey, I want to have a golf cart, go ahead. Go ahead. You know, if you want to keep up with the Joneses, right now the Joneses, it's whoever he wants to, whoever he looks up to. Right now it's, you know, the Piper family. Okay, whoever he wants to look up to is the person that he spends the most time with. And really, if he was spending time with the poorest child, you know, in our environment, if we can find 2, 3, 4 children that the parents don't have anything, don't have any toys, don't have anything, okay, or they're going dead, okay, the dad works 2 jobs, the mom works 2 jobs, and they barely have, they, you know, live in an apartment or in a studio, okay,
But in the end,
Ethan would have felt really, really good.
the kids still have video games.
Okay, don't play with that, please. Put that down. Put that down. No, I don't want any accidents. That's not for you to touch, so you can leave it over there.
Why is it in the living room?
So,
Dad
It's for
doesn't
me.
want to put it away.
no, that's not the
After
reason.
every workout.
And you know what? Based on your negativity, I'm not going to answer. You're going to have to come
He
down
doesn't
over
want to
here
put it
and
away
sit.
after
And it's-
every workout. That's what it is.
So, all right,
So
you
my
know what?
negativity,
I'm already done.
of course, is you don't see the reasoning behind certain things.
I'm already done. Because you know what? I'm psychologically messed up. Ethan's psychologically messed up. And you're psychologically
I broke
messed
my
up.
arm.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. There isn't a single person in this world, and I can safely say that it isn't messed up psychologically at some level. And for you to be psychologically messed up, it has to do with knowledge and how you handle the adversities of life. It's how you handle. You can let it hurt you, or you can let it build you. Okay? It's a matter of choice, because like I said, there are a lot of people that suffer more than me, Ethan, and you put together. And guess what? They use that as a victory. They use those examples to win. Whatever they're trying to fight, they use that. And other people, they use those adverse the circumstances to just bring themselves down. Just, negative talk. They negative talk themselves into failure. Okay?
Well, roles are set.
So it has nothing to do with the person, okay? Because good things can psychologically change a person. A lot of good things can psychologically change a person, okay? And there are a lot of bad things that you need to understand that psychologically is going to affect you. It's called pain, it's called sadness, it's called depression. You don't live in those. It happened, it's gone, you're done. You need to understand that pain is inevitable. You're going to feel pain, okay? But suffering, listen to me, suffering is optional. You cannot go through life without pain. But you have a choice if you want to suffer or not. Okay? Now you coming up to me and you start blaming and rubbing in my face that I psychologically messed up Ethan, guess what? You need to do something about it because now you have the knowledge. You need to take him to the psychiatrist now. Because now you have the choice. If you 100% believe that I psychologically messed up my son, you need to take him to the psychiatrist and I need to go to jail. Or I need to go and I need to be disfellowshipped.
That doesn't disfellowship a person.
Do whatever he needs to do to fix him up, if you can fix him up. Because you telling me that I psychologically changed Ethan for worse, I'm not going to put up with that. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that. So that will take you peace. That will take you peace.
Yes.
That will take you
that
peace.
we did, the arguing and
now it's sweet.
And all that.
Now it's sweet. Now you admitting your involvement.
Said that I've done some.
You not always said. This is the first time. This is the first time you're saying that.
I let it go too far. That is what happened.
That's what it is. A whole hour. So I'm gonna end the recording here. Story of my life.